guys, today I have another Throwback Thursday favourites for you again. This was inspired by MsGoldGirl, aka Marnie, who I will link below. She does these every month and I really enjoy them, and last month I got a lot of great feedback from you guys from the one that I did, so I thought I would do another one. However, I did get some other feedback that you'd like to see the products that I haven't actually got on hand. So I thought throughout the video I'm going to insert clips of last year's September favourites, and I only went back 1 year this time because I had more of the products to actually show you. So I'm going to insert some of the clips of last year's September favourites as we go along, and of course I will link it below, list everything, etc. So hopefully it will be slightly better this time, but let me know how you like this format. So I have prepared a little something. I've got a little list here, and the first thing that was on my favourites list last year was the Stella McCartney perfume, Stella. I still have this and I still really like it. It's not one that I've reached for recently, although I did wear it this week. Oh man, that smells so nice. It's definitely an autumn-winter perfume for me. So although it's not something that I've kind of desperately tried to use this month, it's probably something that I'm going to reach for more so in the next few months. Definitely something that I still really enjoy. Definitely was still one of my favourites, just not a recent favourite. Excuse me. Next one is the MOA Green Balm. Now, I loved this stuff. It was so nice. It was, you could use it for loads of different things, and I had several samples of it, and eventually I realised you could use it as a cleanser, like a hot cloth cleanser, and there was something about it. It left my skin feeling so soft, and there was no other products that I'd used that I liked as much. It didn't leave a residue, but it was very thick and balmy. But it didn't last very long. I think it was quite expensive for what it was. I think it was about £8 for quite a small tub, so I didn't repurchase it. And I do really like it, and if I had it I would use it, but there are other things that I like to use that cost a lot less. And as cleansers go, they don't do a tremendous amount for my skin. I would rather spend a little bit more money on kind of moisturisers and serums and eye creams, etc. But I did want to mention another product that I've kind of replaced it with, and it's called One Love Organics Skin Saviour Waterless Beauty Balm. It's basically exactly the same stuff. It doesn't smell the same. It's got, I don't know, like a fruity orangey scent to it, but the texture is very similar. It basically is exactly the same kind of product. It doesn't leave a residue on my skin. It comes in the same kind of packaging. So I kind of feel like there are probably a few products out there that are supposed to be organic and good for you, and probably slightly overpriced because of those things, but this is the one that I'm using at the moment. This is the one that I would probably compare it to, and what I would say, I don't use that anymore, but I do use this. But there are loads of other cleansers. The Vitamin E cleanser and the Be Radiant one from Superdrug, really good and super cheap. Grape Aqua Bliss Bath Scrub. Now, I've been sent a lot of things from Grape and I was trying a lot of things out, and I really liked this initially. It was very harsh though, and I felt like over time it was too much, so I ended up actually throwing it away I think last month, and it was about, I don't know, there were kind of dregs left in it, but it wasn't enough for me to say I'd finished it, so I didn't include it in an empties video, but I just kind of tossed it. I really did like it initially. I felt like for my face it was too astringent. It could be used on the face or body apparently, but for the body the pot was too small, so you would use it so quick. The thing that I would kind of compare this to, because I don't have a lot of facial cleansers that I'm using that have got scrub particle things in them at the moment, but the thing I would compare it to that I have at the moment for my body would be the Sanctuary Spa Resurface and Refine Ultra Polish, because it is so fine. It's like, I don't know how they get the scrub to be so abrasive and so fine. It's not that abrasive, it's quite gentle actually as it goes, but I feel like it's almost like sandpaper. It's a really bizarre thing to try and explain because it's not got real big scrubby particles in it. It is really fine, really bizarre, but I much prefer this. There's a lot more of the product for your money, and it doesn't feel as harsh. It doesn't, my skin almost felt like raw after using the other one, and initially I was like, oh, I really like that clean feeling, and then after a while I thought, actually I really don't like this. I feel like this is not doing anything good for my skin. So if you're looking for a very fine body scrub, then I would recommend this one. It's also in their kind of like get rid of your lumps and bumps and cellulite section, so whether it does that, only time will tell, but I don't think it really does. Sensationail Gel System. Now I do have one nail polish to kind of embody this system, because I didn't want to have to bring it all downstairs to film with it. I do still like this. I think it's still really nice to have, but in truth it is such a pain to remove gel nail polish that I hardly ever use it. I haven't used it for months and months. They have a really nice glittery silver that I really, really like, and I'll probably bring that out in the Christmas time, you know what I mean, at the festive period. I'll probably bring out the silvery one, but for me, it didn't last long enough to justify how much of a pain it was to remove. I actually haven't painted my nails in weeks. The last time I painted them with something very, very sheer, and that's kind of chipping off now. I haven't cared about my nails in the longest time, and I keep thinking, oh, I'll set aside some time to paint my nails, and I just never do. Which is a bit bizarre because I'm like normally a nail painting freak. But that was one of the reasons that I didn't really like the gel system, because I really enjoy painting my nails and changing the colours all the time, and gel is really for someone that doesn't like painting their nails, and you're prepared to do it maybe once every 2 weeks, and then that's it. But I really like swapping it out and changing it, and gel isn't really for me. It's a nice system, I definitely would recommend it if you're looking for a gel system. Sensationail is great, but it's not really for me. Rimmel Single Shadow in Smoky Quartz. Now this one, and I have a couple of other ones to show you as well. This one is amazing. I still really, really like this. But the Smoky Quartz one is kind of taupey. It's this colour here. And it has kind of got that, it's a little bit like satin taupe from MAC. The one that I really like, especially at this time of year, is Spicy Bronze. And that reminds me so much of, and I even have it here, my all-time favourite eyeshadow, which is Smog from Urban Decay. There's just something about it that really reminds me of it, kind of like a warm, golden bronze. But I just love, love, love the Rimmel single eyeshadows. If I had to recommend one kind of mono shadow from the drugstore, it would be Rimmel. I've tried a lot of different ones, and for the money and for the quality, Rimmel single eyeshadows are absolutely amazing. Really, really good. Almost as good, kind of softness-wise, as Urban Decay, just really creamy and blendable. Beautiful. MAC Sumptuous Olive. I have this in a palette to show you. That is this one here. I'm sure you will have seen it before. I still really like this eyeshadow. Again, something that I'm really trying to stave off the autumn winter cravings, because this time last year I was already well into autumn winter by the time September favourites came along. All September I've been wearing really kind of autumnal colours, and then kind of like came to November and it was Christmas to me. And then by the time Christmas came along, it didn't really feel like Christmas. I felt I didn't really ever get that kind of real strong Christmassy vibe last year. So this year I'm really trying to push things back. I'm easing myself into autumn. I'm allowing autumn to be October onwards. I love September, it's my favourite month, but I'm trying not to kind of get ahead of myself this year. So I'm waiting for October to get really seriously into the autumnal colours, and that's probably when I'll bring out my Sumptuous Olive, my Stella McCartney perfume, etc. So I do really like this, and I definitely will continue to use it in the autumn this year, but haven't used it a lot recently. Revlon Colorstay Quad in Adventurous. This kind of comes hand in hand with the Sumptuous Olive favourite, because this was a quad that was of a very similar kind of colour family. This colour there, it's not as nice as Sumptuous Olive. It's very similar-ish, but it hasn't got anywhere near the depth. It hasn't got that golden tone to it. But if you're looking for kind of an olive colour, it's nice enough. The quality of these is a kind of hit and miss. Shadow to shadow, they're nowhere near as nice as the Rimmel ones, but then I find that when you get a quad or a palette, they're never quite as nice. I feel like the quality is kind of, what's the word I'm looking for, diluted, because you've got more shades. And I feel like that kind of in MUA palettes and things, their individual shadows were always head and shoulders better than their palettes, which is really disappointing, but hey ho. But this is okay. I really did use it a lot. I like the combination of colours. I still would use it now. However, recently there has been absolutely nothing that can make me use any of my other little quads or palettes, because I love the Makeup Revolution shadows. I just used this for this Get Ready With Me, which will probably be my next video. But I just love it so much. I love all of the palettes that I've tried, all of the shadows. I haven't tried any of their singles. I think, yeah, they definitely do have singles, but I haven't tried them yet, so I'd be really interested to see if they're even better than the palettes, because history tells me they probably will be. But yeah, Makeup Revolution just kind of have it at the moment, and it's a little bit obsessive. Lastly, I have number 7 Extreme Length Extend Mascara. Now, I do still have this. I kind of feel like I should have put this chair closer to me so I didn't have to keep reaching over. I do still have this and I do like it. However, there are other products that I've tried more recently or since last year that I feel can lengthen the same way that this does and also give me a little bit of volume. The one I'm using right now is the Bourjois 1 Second Volume, I think it's called. Really, really like that. That will be my favourite. It's just a little spoiler for you there. It will definitely be my favourites this month. Love it. But something that's kind of in between those two products that gives me volume but not, that gives me length, sorry, but not kind of really intense volume, is the Dolled Up Mascara from 17. And this also curls your lashes, and it curls mine, and mine are rubbish. They're both similar kind of brushes. They're both those kind of like little tiny spindly little rubber brushes, which is the ones that I like. But of the two, I definitely prefer Dolled Up. But this is probably the most similar mascara I could find to the Extreme Length Extend that I prefer. So I kind of tried to, because there's loads of other mascaras I've tried since that I prefer, but this is kind of what I think I've replaced this one with, because it gives me that nice kind of natural, thinner looking lashes but length, but still a little bit more of something than this one. So yeah, I still like that, but I prefer the 17. Now I did have two people or YouTube favourites last year, and they were Zoe from MammafulZo, who I of course still love and I will link below, and Emma from then Meet the Millards, but she's now ItsEmChannel. She kind of rebranded herself this year. So if you haven't seen those before, like I say, go and check out. There'll be so many links below, you won't even know what to do with yourself because there's going to be just like too much information. But they were my favourites, and probably, they're not my favourites this month because you're going to see who my favourites are this month. But I still very much enjoy their videos and enjoy them as people. They're very nice people and I think you should check out their channels. But that's it for this month's Throwback Thursday favourites. It's such a tongue twister, that one. Like I say, any feedback is welcome. If you liked this video, if you didn't like this video, let me know why. I'm completely open to some constructive criticism because it's a different kind of format, but I really enjoy watching them from the very few people that do it. And if you do make YouTube videos and you want to make this kind of video, please go ahead. They're really, really cool to watch, I think. Also, if you want to give me some feedback on the quality of this video, I'm using a slightly different lens, a little bit of a different setup. I would appreciate that as well. So, I will see you guys in my next video, which will be this. Get ready with me. And soon enough, it will be my real September favourites for 2014, where you will find out everything I've been loving this month, and we'll probably look back to that in a year's time.